everybody, welcome back once again to another week of the Matthew Moore podcast. I hope everybody out there is doing well out there. Now if you're listening to this podcast for the first time here on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and also drop a like on this video too if you can. And also don't forget to hit the post notification bell to get notified every time there's a new podcast or a new daily vlog here on the YouTube channel. Anyway guys, hope you're all doing well out there, back for another podcast. I want to start off once again with another apology. I was supposed to record this podcast yesterday, but unfortunately, with it being Lewis's birthday yesterday, with it being Wednesday, and I obviously didn't get the vlog up until early this morning. After all the birthday celebrations and everything else that was going on yesterday, I actually ended up falling asleep last night, so I do apologise for this. So I'm recording this podcast here on Thursday morning again. So, anyway guys, hope you're all doing well out there. Thank you once again for tuning in or listening to another podcast. It's been a very eventful week since the last time I spoke to you on the podcast. Now, I was hoping to get the birthday boy onto the podcast last night, but he was absolutely drained after yesterday's birthday celebrations, which we'll talk more about later on here on the podcast. But guys, again, in future podcasts, if you have any ideas you want me to talk about, or any ideas you want to hear or say, or pitch ideas, or ask questions, or anything else at all in relation to this podcast in the future, you can drop me a mail on the social media links in the description here on YouTube, or you can send me an email, which is matthewmooreyoutube@mail.uk. But what a week it's been since the last time I spoke to you. It's just been completely non-stop since last week's podcast. I mean, for example, we've had Lewis's 10th birthday. We've had a trip away, a weekend away in Liverpool once again. Seems like our home away from home, doesn't it? Last week, Lewis and I were out with Dad and Tony playing pool. I had a trip to Belfast with my brother. I showed you a little clip of unseen footage on the vlog as well. And it's just been one hell of a week. So it hasn't. We've also had a power cut this week. We had a blackout. We won a Facebook competition. I mean, it's just been so much. And then most importantly, it was Lewis's birthday. So let's briefly go over what we're up to this week. I mean, guys, it's been unreal. Plus, we met a lot of you guys out there as well at the Liverpool Legends game last weekend. I met a few last week in Belfast. I've met so many people in the last week or so since I last spoke to you, and it was great meeting every one of you, because again, we love meeting our viewers and people who support our YouTube channel. It's just been wonderful meeting you over the last few days. But to start off, since last week's podcast, I mean, last Thursday night, or I think it was last Thursday night, I think it was, or was it last Wednesday, I can't remember what day it was. We went out. Myself and Lewis decided to go out and play some pool with my dad and Tony up at Eddie Irvine Sports. That was a good night. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Dad, actually I forgot to mention the podcast, Dad was actually playing pool with my late Uncle John's pool cue, or snooker cue, that he used to play snooker with. If you've been a long time viewer of the vlogs, I announced 2 years or so ago, Mum's brother, Uncle John, passed away all of a sudden out of nowhere. And one of the things that was handed down to Mum and Dad, especially my dad, was my Uncle John's snooker cue, which he was very, very passionate about his snooker. Uncle John played snooker for a long time. And Dad pulled the cue out the other night to play a bit of pool with myself and Lewis and Tony up at Eddie Irvine Sports, which was really good to see. Always remember my Uncle John being very passionate about his snooker when he was still around. I think I talked about Uncle John on the vlog before, where he always remember when I was a young lad going to his carpet shop he used to have on the Newton Ards Road, which is actually right beside where the Hardwicke Welders Social Club is, which you've probably seen Lewis and I in a few times whenever we were going away to away matches and stuff. Uncle John used to have a carpet shop down there on that road for years. I always remember going there when I was a young lad, and he was always giving me like money for the shop and talking away and stuff. And he's got two daughters as well, Sharon and Gillian, who Gillian's actually expecting her first child at the minute. Gillian's living in Bristol now in England. She's expecting her first child anytime soon now, so shout out to Gillian in England with her husband. I got to meet her husband for the first time on an unfortunate occasion at her dad's funeral, which was very sad, but he's a nice guy. Looks like a pretty cool guy. So Gillian's due to have her first baby soon. But yeah, my Uncle John was a cool guy. He was always smartly dressed, and he was always, always great. Always greeted people well. And him and my dad were quite close for a long time when they were younger. Had a few arguments as well, for what I've been told over the years too. But no, him and my dad were very close when they were younger too as well. And it was a bit unfortunate a few years ago as my phone decides to go off again during the podcast, which I should have turned it off, so I forgot to. Yeah, Uncle John unfortunately passed away all of a sudden out of the blue there a few years ago, which was quite unfortunate. But yeah, my dad pulled his pool cue or snooker cue at the other night to play some pool with us, and we had a great time. We also ran into a couple of young viewers as well. But Eddie Irvine Sports is a great place to go to if you're ever wanting to play five-a-side football, go-karting. They've also opened a new skate park. A lot of teenagers there now are taking advantage of that new skate park with your skateboards, your scooters and stuff like that. They've also got snooker tables, pool tables, virtual reality driving, and much more up there. It's a great facility here in Bangor to go to. So if you're ever in the Bangor area and you want to do something like that, then obviously Eddie Irvine's is a good place to go to. So we had a good night up there playing pool, which was fun. Lewis was cheating a little bit and Dad wasn't happy with him, but what can we do? It's typical Lewis, you know what I mean? Sorry, just get comfortable here while I'm talking to you. Sorry. But yeah, the next day, Tony and I went up to Belfast for a bit of brotherly time, should we say. It was a good day we had up in Belfast. It was a bit of an interesting day. I mean, I mentioned it briefly in the vlog, where we're out having breakfast that morning. And Tony says, come out of there. We'll go over here and get ourselves a cold drink afterwards. And I was like, okay, cool. So we went over, got a cold drink. Went into Cash Converters, which is a place where you can do like trade and stuff and whatever. So we're just in for a little look about. And Tony goes, we'll go into town here now. We'll have a look around, going to Castle Court. And I says, no problem. So you know, Castle Court is the shopping complex in Belfast. Just walking past the sports shop, Sports Direct. And the next minute, all I heard was, get down the ground now, get down the ground. I was like, what the flip's going on here? I just seen these police officers running towards Tony and I. We thought, gee whiz, we haven't done nothing here. What's going on here? Like, what the hell is what's happening here? And the next minute we just seen these two guys running towards us, and it was like, gee whiz, what's going on here? And these guys were put under arrest. All these police officers just literally came out of nowhere. It was like playing that game on the PlayStation and the Xbox, the GTA 5. It's just like unreal. Tony, what the hell? Me and Tony were just sort of standing there like, what the flip's going on here? But then it was just insane. And everything was going on, and the guys were dragged away, and me and Tony were still standing there like shocked, going like, what the hell's going on here? And he just went, what? And Tony goes, I have no idea, bro. I was like, what the hell? It's a bit of a shocker there, like, but that was the highlight of our day. But I mean, we went to Belfast and we had some lunch, and then we went out to Costa Coffee and had a coffee and a bit of a chat about life, and pretty much just hanging about, and it was great. It was good to see. It was very good to do even. So it was pretty good to go out there for the day and spend a bit of time with Tony. Then we decided to head home because we had to come home. We came home, it was a good day. So thanks to Tony for spending the day with me in Belfast. It was good fun. Now, moving on, we, as you all know, be watching the vlogs. If you haven't watched the vlogs, last Friday evening, Burke Lewis and I just packed up and went to Liverpool for the weekend because we're away for the Liverpool Legends versus AC Milan game at Anfield last Saturday afternoon, which was a great weekend, guys. We had a brilliant weekend. We started off by doing a little vlog, first of all, where we were getting ready to go, and where I showed you in that vlog a little bit of footage that we'll talk about later on, because a lot of you guys have been asking to see more of it, and I'm going to talk about it in today's vlog too. And whenever we start rolling the camera today, because we haven't started rolling the camera yet, and even though it's like 10 past 10 in the morning, we haven't even started recording for today yet. But yeah, we packed up and went to Liverpool. We were on the ferry on Friday night. We had an absolute ball on the ferry. I mean, every time we go on the ferry, we always have a good laugh, the three of us. Brooke and Lewis love the cabins as always. We're in the cabin and we had a good night, and went overnight and we had a good night's sleep. Just trying to get those two up in the morning for a shower before we get off the boat at like 5:45 in the morning is a bit of a challenge, especially with Lewis being so grumpy. But no, it was fun. The boat ride was hilarious. Lewis and I were winding up drinking, and so we were saying, like, oh, we feel sick and all, because since the time I had food poisoning 2 weeks ago on the boat where we were sick. And Burke was like starting to panic, going, oh no, you're going to be sick again. That was just a whole big wind up. That's what it was, but it was good fun. And we travelled overnight over there, and it was brilliant. Next morning we arrived in Liverpool, and it was like, okay, Brooke, where do you want to go? Well, I didn't even get a chance to even ask Lewis in the conversation. It was more like Brooke made the decision for us. She wanted to go to the 2 bank buildings in Liverpool, Lime Street, for breakfast, which is Witherspoons. And I said to Brooke, why do you want to go there for? And she says, because your granddad's been there, and you've been there, and Tony's been there, and Lewis has been there, and I've never been there. I was like, right, okay, we'll go there. So that was an opportunity for me to get the vlog uploaded as well at the same time, so from the night before. So went in there and had our breakfast and stuff, and then went into town for a little bit. And Brooke, weren't even in the town 5 minutes, guys, and if you haven't saw the vlog, go and watch it. It's called, I think it was called, oh yeah, the Saturday one was Premier League trophy in Liverpool, so we're going to talk about that in just a wee second too, but it's one of the main things I actually should have mentioned. One of the big things that happened this week. We got our photograph taken with the official Premier League trophy, thanks to Coca-Cola, but we'll talk about that in a wee second. But yeah, no, and literally 5 minutes in the town, and Brooks straight over to St. John's, the shopping centre, to say, Dad, look, there's a shop here I want to go to, cheap clothes, cheap shoes, blah, blah, blah. I was like, gee, what's Brooke, we're only in the town 5 minutes, can we get a chance here? Can you catch me a break here? Nope, straight in, new pair of shoes, she got herself a jumpsuit. It's actually pretty cool. It's a bit of a camouflage one, which is pretty trendy. Lewis and I were sort of like going, oh God, here we go, more shopping trips. But at the end of the day, she got what she needed. She needed a new pair of shoes. She got really nice shoes, which did offer her a different pair, but she just didn't. Just being typical Brooke, got her a couple of outfits and stuff and whatever, and then round to our other stores in St. John's and stuff, and then she dragged us into Primark, and we went into Primark, and it was just a matter of, oh my goodness, here we go again. More new clothes for Brooke, and Lewis was like, Dad, this is really irritating me here. I just want to get to the hotel. And I'm like, sorry for yawning, guys. I was like, yeah, no problem. It's been a late night last night, didn't get very much sleep. No, she dragged us around Primark, and she was just like, Brooke, seriously, can we just like get out of here? And she's like, no, I want to do that. All right, okay, no problem. So we had fun. So we did in Primark. I didn't get nothing, Lewis didn't, but she did. So we spent a bit of time in the town, and then we were just walking around by the Liverpool store in the city, in the square, as I like to call it, in the centre of Liverpool, right beside the place where, I don't know if you remember in the vlog last summer, where it was called We Rescue a Bird in Poundland, where a little bird got stuck in the Poundland store, and myself, Brooke, Lewis, and at the time Andrew was still around, we all went into Poundland to try and rescue this wee bird and get it out into the street again. It was right beside there. So we just turned the corner, come out of St. John's, down the escalators into the middle of the square, as I like to call it, and we saw this big red double-decker bus saying Coca-Cola Premier League, and I was like, oh, what's this here all about? Literally turns a corner, guys, and there is the official, not a replica, the real deal Premier League trophy in the middle of Liverpool. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Straight over to the representations of Coca-Cola, had a chat with one of the guys and said, what's going on here? And they were like, yeah, we're doing a tour here of the Premier League trophy around certain cities of the UK. And we're also coming to Dublin. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You going to come to Belfast? And they were like, no. Maybe, but not yet. I was like, right, okay. So yeah, we went over and spoke to a couple of our people and asked to speak to one of the management thing, because the reason why I'm speaking to them was because they were doing a thing where you could get your photograph taken with, and they were doing like you get an option where you get like a 3D virtual reality video recorded, which is now the new intro, by the way, to our vlogs, by the way, which is pretty cool. So I said to them, here, listen, how you doing? I'm a YouTuber. Can I possibly use this footage for my YouTube channel? And they were like, okay, well, blah, blah, blah. We had a wee chat and stuff. And they were like, yeah, cool. Shouldn't be a problem. Work away and stuff. But, obviously down to, obviously being from Coca-Cola and rights and copyright and all that there jazz. And they were like, yeah, no problem. You can work away and stuff. And I was like, right, pretty cool. Okay. So, yeah, we got our photograph taken with the official Premier League trophy. Now, here's the thing. If you were under the age of 12, you weren't allowed to get your photograph taken with it on your own. So, Lewis was pretty much like, no, Lewis, you're not to get your photograph on your own. So you have to come with your dad. Brooke on the other mind, because obviously she's 13, she can do it now. But we also got photographs together, and they give us scarves and stuff, and you could jump around like an absolute fool, we're celebrating like you've won the league or whatever. But the only thing was you weren't allowed to touch the trophy. That was the thing. And I asked the guy how much the trophy's actually valued at, and he told me, and I couldn't believe it. I asked him, I think obviously it's worth a lot through the insurance and stuff for it, just in case any damage is done. He says you wouldn't even believe what the insurance in that trophy is, and I was like, okay. But yeah, it was great to see. It was shocking to be so close to the official Premier League trophy. I mean, Coca-Cola in the Premier League are doing a tour of the UK, which is great, and it gives fans an opportunity to, see the official Premier League trophy, which is just baffling. And I put a photograph and stuff up on Instagram and social media, and a couple of you little fools come in and were like saying, oh yeah, it's not going to stay in Liverpool this season, it's going back to Manchester and all. Okay, fair enough, Man City have a game in hand, but the league's not over yet and Liverpool's still top of the table. And at the end of the day, if we don't win the league, I did say at the start of the season that, I would love to see it happen, but I won't believe it until the final whistle goes in the last game of the season against Wolves. So there you go. But yeah, I would love to see it happening, but I don't know. I would love to see it happening. I really, really would. But it was nice to see the trophy, and the kids were excited, and the kids were happy, and it was just really, really, it was an experience, shall we say. So it was, but that was pretty much the height of the afternoon in the town before we actually headed to the Liverpool Legends game on the Saturday afternoon, which was a great day out to see all the old players from Milan and from Liverpool from back in the day. Some of the Champions League final 2005 players were there, the likes of Dida and Maldini and Kaká, gee whiz, I haven't seen him play for a long time. They had some really good touches, but the Liverpool players were burning too. The likes of Vladimir Smitser and Patrick Berger, Michael Owen, Robbie Fowler. Douglas was the manager, Rush was there, John Aldridge come on for a little bit too. Alan Kennedy even played too as well. Jersey Dudek, Sami Hyypiä, Daniel Agger, Glenn Johnson even especially as well. He looks pretty good for his age too. It was just so many great players on display, and it was and of course the main man himself, Stevie G, scoring the winning goal right at the end. But some good goals as well, I must say. Gerrard's goal was a fantastic finish. Milan's goals were very good too as well. Their free kick was just amazing. The equaliser was good too as well. But go and check out the vlog, guys, if you haven't checked it out. Liverpool Legends versus AC Milan. It was for the LFC Foundation as well, which does really great work all around Liverpool and beyond for underprivileged families and children and stuff right across the whole, most of the UK. So I did drop a link in the description on that video as well if you want to click on that link, guys, and check out the LFC Foundation. I know a lot of people out there who listen to this podcast are not Liverpool fans, but at the end of the day, it's always good to support good charitable organisations, which is good, and to do some really fantastic work for people who are, in certain situations that need help. So I'll always be a big supporter of the LFC Foundation, not just because I support Liverpool, just because of the work that they do. So it's really, really good. But the day at Anfield itself was great. And again, I said earlier on there, at the start of this podcast, we met a lot of you guys. We met a couple of you over at Liverpool too as well. Met a lovely young lady in the city centre from Southern Ireland, her and her family. I was talking to her briefly, mentioned her in the vlog as well. I met a couple of our viewers at Anfield. People were coming up to us in the stand. People were coming up to us in the kiosk area where you get your food. Oh yeah, I've seen your vlogs here from Anfield and stuff, and can we get pictures and stuff? And yeah, no problem at all. We're taking pictures with people, we're saying hello to people, and it was just a great day. The wee hotel we actually stayed in, guys, which was even better. It was brilliant. So it was the wee hotel. I'm going to say literally 5 minutes away. I wouldn't even say it was 5 minutes away from the ground. It's called Hotel Tia, which is just on the Anfield Road. And the hotel, you've probably seen it in the vlog, guys, it was just amazing. The hotel is a cracking wee hotel. Staff were lovely. The food was great. It was clean. I loved the downstairs where in the place where you can hang out and have your food and drink. There's a bar and all in it too as well at the back. A big massive beer garden all just coming off on the back of Stanley Park, which is fantastic. You see, I did show it in the vlog if you want to go and check it out, guys. All the memorabilia right along, even as far as like they had glass type tables, but underneath the glass was like all the history of Liverpool, like newspaper articles and news reports and stuff like that there. And every room had signed shirts on the wall and all. It was just a brilliant place, but a very hard place to get hold of on match day, because they were explaining to me apparently there's a Norwegian supporters club have that place mostly booked out throughout the year, which is unreal. So fair play to them for travelling from Norway. But it was a great time, and that day, last Saturday, it was great. So it was really good fun. And even travelling back home on the Sunday was even fun too. Travelling back on the Sunday, I got myself a nice bargain as well on the boat on the way home. I got myself a pair of JBL earphones, which is super, for £20 instead of paying 65 in Curry's. Other retailers are available, by the way. Got myself great earphones on the way home. Lewis and Brooke got some good stuff over there too. So yeah, we had a great time. It was a really, really good experience, and the weekend itself overall was just fantastic. So can't complain, guys. If you want to go and check out the vlogs from the weekend that we were away, you can. They're on the channel now here if you want to go and watch them. But here's the thing. I want to talk about this too as well. This is one of the things I wanted to talk about the other night. Came home on Sunday from the ferry, and on the way home I called Dad and said, Dad, come pick us up. And he was like, yeah, cool, no problem, pick us up. So pretty much had an hour and 15 minutes to get back to Bangor, and Dad said, you want to come round and watch the Northern Ireland game? Because Northern Ireland were playing on Sunday night. And I was like, yeah, okay, no problem, dead on, Dad, no worries, we'll go down. So we're watching the Northern Ireland game, and it was sitting at 1-1. Northern Ireland scored. Josh McGuinness with a great goal. Good local Bangor lad. Went to school with my brother, by the way. He was in one of my brother's classes at school. He's a good lad. Yeah, Josh scored. Happy days. Northern Ireland's win 2-1. The board goes up. Additional time, 4 minutes. We're sitting there watching the game, saying, right, come on lads, hang on here, 4 minutes to go. Come on, hang on. 3 minutes into stoppage time, Northern Ireland starts to break away to clear the ball from an attack. And what happens? Boom. The power cuts out. The whole of North Down and beyond, and everywhere in Bangor especially, was just complete darkness. I mean, every house, every street light, every business, everywhere. I think there's some places in Belfast even get hit too as well. All gone. We had a power cut. It's just what? Dad was like, oh, it's the last minute of the game, okay. But Mum was really, really, really pissed because she was in watching her soaps, as in like Coronation Street, whatever else was on, EastEnders, I think was on there too as well, and it's just cracking up. People who don't know what to say soaps, it's like a program, like every night it's on mostly, it's like a TV show, soaps we call here. She was like, oh, I missed the end of my soaps and blah blah blah, and it was like, okay. We missed the end of the game, but it was fun because Dad was seeing the funny side to it, and he was having a laugh with Mum, and I was like, okay, Mum, like around home here now, and if my house is on, I'll make you a cup of tea and send it around to you, and we're having a laugh and stuff. And even Tony appeared as well because his lights were, he just lives in the corner from Mum and Dad, so he appeared down as well, and it was interesting. So we got back to the house, and the house was in darkness, and we're thinking, okay, we'll do a bit of vlogging here with the candles and all. We've already done some vlogging in Mum's house anyway. And the next minute we go back to the house, literally start getting the candles out, turn the camera on, boom, all the lights come back on. So, but there you go. But no, we had a power cut, and it was hilarious. Dad especially, winding up Mum. But no, it was good fun. But also this week, guys, we had a little bit of luck. So we did on, was it Monday? Monday night? Monday night. Tuesday night. Apologies. Tuesday night. We had a bit of luck. Sitting at home, doing the vlog as always. The vlog was finished for the day, and I'm on the Facebook and saw one of the wee local businesses were doing a competition for free food. So, okay, I'll enter this competition and see what happens. Tag Mum and Dad in it on Facebook and see what happens. And we actually ended up winning the competition. So, Brooke and Lewis got a free chippy or chip shop or takeaway food. So we did one wee competition this week, which was good. Brooke and Lewis were all happy. They got themselves some sausage suppers free, which was happy for them. I didn't have anything. They got their food and they enjoyed it. And thanks to the Glee Chippy in Bangor for their food, the wee competition that they won. And I did tell them I'll give them a shout out in the vlog, which I did do, and I'll give them a shout out here on the podcast too as well. So yeah, it was awful nice of them to give us the food for free. So the kids loved it. And they Brooke and Lewis want to try their pasties now. Said to me the other day, I want to try their pasties. I was like, right, okay, no problem. So we'll take them down there and we'll try them with their pasties. They're just, they're mustard. But big thanks to the Glee Chippy and Bangor for the competition prize, which was very, very nice of them. So if you want to watch that video, guys, it's on the channel from 2 days ago. And you want to check out their wee Facebook page, I would appreciate it, guys. If you drop a like on their Facebook page, the Glade Chippy here in Bangor. So, but the main thing that's happened this week is the wee man himself, Mr. Lewis. I was trying to get him onto the podcast last night, but as I said to you, the birthday celebrations with mum and all sort of went on a wee bit. So, Lewis, as of yesterday, Wednesday, this has been recorded on Thursday morning, Lewis turned 10-year-old. That's right, Lewis is now officially 10. Now, I did do a little bit of a special birthday message for him on the video, but I wanted to say something here on the podcast too as well. Now, Lewis is now 10. And I look at Lewis now and I'm thinking, my goodness me, where's that wee boy going to? He's just grew up so quick. As I said in the video, guys, he is my sidekick. Everywhere I go, he's with me. Whether it be to football matches or go out for general stuff, or wherever I go to or whatever I do, he's always by my side. And I wouldn't change it. He can be a pain in the ass. I'll be honest with you, he can. On and off camera, he can be a bit of a pain in the ass, but I wouldn't change him for the world. He's my wee sidekick. Now, Brooke, obviously, she's grown up now. She's 13, coming 14 this year. Please don't remind me. It's just making me feel old. But no, she's out doing her own thing. She does spend a lot of time with me at night time. Whenever Lewis goes to bed, we sit and chat and watch TV and talk about life. And, you know, she's at that stage now where she wants to be with her friends and do all different things. But with Lewis is... You know, he's with me all the time. I mean, as I said in the vlog yesterday, was posted there this morning, you know, he's with me everywhere. We go to football together, Belfast Giants, you know, we go to Anfield, we go to Liverpool all the time, you know, and it's just, I'm proud of him as an individual. I mean, yes, he has his faults, and people, you know, have said to me, you know, I mean, I announced on the vlog about a year and a half ago that he was diagnosed with ADHD, which I don't see as an issue. You know, I still give him the best of life I can. I still treat him no differently. You know, is he okay? He has his moments and he has this and that. But at the end of the day, he's still Lewis and he's a character. And for people who watch him, in the birthday messages you guys sent him yesterday was just, wow. The emails that I got, my goodness me. Wow. I mean, we couldn't ask for any more. I mean, even people who I've seen commenting on Twitter and stuff before, or email before, saying they didn't like us as a family or they didn't like our videos, even sent emails saying happy birthday to Lewis. So at the end of the day, guys, you know, he's my son and I love him to pieces and I wouldn't change him for the world. And he does put a few extra grey hairs in my head sometimes, but no, he is a character. And you know, the messages that we received from him yesterday saying people watch him because they think he's funny, and you know, he's this and he's that, and I mean, even the people at the ice hockey sent him messages as well, saying that they love him because he's a wee character, and they love seeing him, and it's heartwarming, guys, because at the end of the day, you know, the three of us have been through a lot in the last 5 or 6 years, you know, where we've been through different things, like, you know, for example, you know, myself and Brooke and Lewis's mum getting separated 5 years ago, and you know, it'll be 6 years this June, and we're divorced now, and that was hard on Brooke and Lewis too as well, you know, and some other personal stuff they've been through too as well, and you know, Lewis has been through a lot as well with his diagnosis of his condition as ADHD, and then obviously Andrew was around for 3.5 years, and he took that pretty bad too, because he was getting quite close with her too, and it was just a lot of other things that people don't know about on the podcast or on the vlog and stuff like that, and you know, and he takes it in a stride, and he gets on with it every day, and he comes and he helps me and he supports me and he gives me a hug to see if I'm okay every day, and you know, we silly wee things like that, and for that, you know, I really do appreciate it, and I'm so lucky to have him and Brooke. Because I look out there and see a lot of children out there at their age who are just an absolute nightmare to deal with as a child, you know, and their attitudes stink and they're just out of hand and they're hard to deal with, and you know, no kids are innocent, no kids are angels. I mean, my kids can have their moments too, but I am quite lucky with my two, the way they've turned out, and I look at my two and I'm so proud of the both of them, and I would never change them. And again, it's just Lewis is a character. You know, I'll never make a difference in the two of them, just in case you're thinking I don't do that. I never ever make a difference in any one of them, because they're both my babies, and I wouldn't, even when I've told them, even when they're adults and they're grown up, they'll always be my babies and I'll always be there for them. It's as simple as that. But no, they're good kids, and Lewis is again my sidekick. Mum calls him my sticking plaster. So she does. She calls him my sticking plaster because he's always with me. But yeah, we've had good fun over the last lot of years. You know, especially those train journeys to football matches and bus journeys to football matches and different places that me and him go to and stuff. And I know it's good fun. So it was his birthday yesterday, and he turned 10, and he's making me feel old. So he is, and I would never change it. So I hope you had a good birthday yesterday, Lewis. And if you're listening, because I know you listen to the podcast as well. And I'll have to get you on next week to talk about your birthday. He said to me yesterday, I'll come on the podcast, no problem. I'll talk to everybody. I love the fans, no problem at all. I love the viewers. And then obviously I got a little bit late, so it did. So I'll try and get a wee message with him, or even try and get a wee, I may even just do even the wee recording or something with him this week and stick it in next week's podcast. So there you go. But no, he had a good birthday. Mum and Dad come around and done like a wee birthday tea type thing. And today we're actually going out here this evening for a late birthday dinner. We're going to a place called Tony Macaroni's in Bangor. So he'll be there tonight. He chose it. So I wanted to go to Blue Chicago because we love Blue Chicago. We met a lot of viewers in there too as well. So we're having a lot. The staff are fantastic too. But Lewis wants to go to Tony Macaroni's. I think for the specific reason is he wants to try a pizza. And I've said to him, Lewis, no more pizza. At the minute, I'm just sick of looking at pizza. Because he'll turn into a pizza, so he will. But no, it was his birthday, and he had a great birthday, and we had a good wee time last night. Now he's busting to fly this helicopter. So he is, he's doing my head in about this helicopter, but it's obviously because of rain and with being his birthday and being away for the weekend. And, you know, I've said to him, you know, Lewis, you know, at the end of the day, son, we'll get that helicopter right eventually. So we will, but he's busting to get it out. So we will, so... but yeah, guys, he had a great birthday, and I really do appreciate it. So all your messages and stuff, the messages you've been sending yesterday were just unreal. So they were absolutely unreal. Anyway, enough of us about our week. Let's get straight into some of your messages, guys. I'm going to open up the email account, which I already have open here on my phone, by the way. I'm organized this week. I've got a message here. First one from... Where are we? There's a couple here. Birthday messages, but I don't want to read out birthday messages because I read a lot of them yesterday. One here from Brad. Oh, Brad from Newcastle upon Tyne. Hey guys, how you doing? I recently came across your vlogs because of the Leicester City game you and your brother Tony attended. I see here he's a Newcastle fan. As you can see, I'm from Newcastle upon Tyne. Big Geordie fan myself. Will you guys ever come to St James's Park to watch the mighty Geordies play? Okay, cool. He just goes on by saying he loves the vlogs and stuff. Okay, well, yeah. Funny enough you say that. I was talking to Tony about 2 weeks ago, but maybe going to a game at St James's Park, maybe next season. Tony is a big Newcastle fan. But he's not massive into football, but he's a Newcastle fan. Never understood why. I still believe this day he was dropped on his head, but I'm kidding. Yeah, he wants to go to St James's Park. I have a few contacts for tickets for Newcastle games. I've also set up an account on their website to try and get tickets for games. So Tony would like to go. So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, definitely we'll be heading to St James's Park next season for some game. A game. I was even saying to Tony we could fly out in the morning time, go to the game in the afternoon, and then fly back home at night. Be home in time for match of the day on a Saturday night. Oh dear. But no, answer your question, yeah, I'd love to go. I would love to go to a Newcastle game. It's one of those grounds I'd like to go and see. So I would. But there you are. One here from Leon says, guys, when are you going to start doing more challenges on your YouTube channel? I haven't seen a challenge from you in a while. That is true, actually. You know, I haven't done a challenge for quite a while. I wouldn't mind doing a challenge. So I wouldn't. I'm going to have to start looking at all these trends and stuff. What's going on around at the minute and try and do a couple of challenges. I think the worst one we ever done was the tin can challenge a few years ago. Dad ate dog food with red sauce. Oh, goodness me. Makes me feel sick. Oh. But, yeah, Liam will definitely look into that. I'll even get Brooke to do a bit of research for me because Brooke knows all these cool trends and all what's going on at the minute and stuff. And she'll be able to come to me and say, Daddy, this one here is trending at the minute, or this one's trending. But, yeah. We'll see how it goes, Leon. So thank you very much for your message. I do appreciate it. I got a message here from Tim. asking us, when are we ever coming to Lisburn? I've got good friends in Lisburn. I think I said before in the podcast about going to Lisburn. We'll be coming to Lisburn. I'm going to go to Lisburn very soon, actually, because I haven't been down to Lisburn for quite a while. So I want to give a shout out to friends of mine who live outside the Lisburn area. Lovely Liz, as I like to call her. Lovely Liz. And young Matthew and Gaza, who we go to that, who know from just outside Lisburn, who go to the hockey all the time. So I've also got a friend in there called Louise. Her nephew Nathan watches our vlogs as well. So shout out to those guys as well down in Lisburn. So yeah, to answer your question, we'll be coming to Lisburn pretty much soon, because I want to go down there for like have we nosy around stuff and take the kids down, see what the crack is down there, because I haven't been down there for quite a while actually. So maybe see you down there sometime, maybe, you never know. One here from David from Coventry. What? David from Coventry? What is going on here? Oh dear. He's asked me here what's my thoughts on this new program, Dairy Girls. Now, guys, everybody keeps asking me to watch all these programs. I wish I could get time at night time to watch programs. It's another program I'm going to watch. I've also been asked to watch this Madeleine McCann documentary, which I talked about in last week's podcast, but I still haven't got around to watching, and also this Michael Jackson one too as well. I'm going to have to literally take a day off from vlogging and a day off from other things that I do, and just literally stop everything and just spend a day or so watching TV to catch up with all these programs, because there's so many people ask me all these programs. Oh, we watch this here, you're going to watch that there. I just unreal. But there you are. I'll try. I'll try and get round to it eventually. I actually watched the film for the first time the other night in a while. Johnny English, the new Johnny English movie. I watched it the other night and I thought it was really, really good and very, 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 very funny. I've only watched 2 movies in the last, I don't know how long. Bohemian Rhapsody and the new Johnny English movie. So there you go, guys. It's just I don't get time with the other things that I have on my schedule, and then trying to fit in a vlog every day between that, and then raising 2 kids and trying to do other things as well. It's just consistently, it never stops. Never, ever, ever, ever stops. Okay, I'll answer one more here. My inbox is full with birthday messages for Lewis this week. Unbelievable. 2 wee seconds here. I'll pick one at random here. How's this sound? One here from Jarrett. Not Jeff Jarrett from WWE, no. Or TNA, or whatever you want to call it. Jeff Jarrett, no. Wants to know, have we got any holidays planned for this summer, and what is our vlogs going to entail of this summer coming up in 2019? Okay, yes, we do have a holiday booked. We are going back to Blackpool. The kids picked, they wanted to go back to Blackpool this year and do more in Blackpool this year than what they did last year. So we're going there from the 1st of July until the 5th of July, and then from the 5th of July to the 9th of July, we are going to spend time in a nice hotel just outside Birkenhead in Liverpool. But while we're there, we're going to be going to the likes of Manchester, Southport, Runcorn. We'll go to Liverpool for 1 day. Anyway, I don't know, but we might just do it. We've been there too many times. And our areas around that sort of area, because we're going to go away for the whole 8 or 9 days, whatever it is, and spend loads of time there away. I want to go to Manchester for the day, because I've never actually been. I've been to Manchester Airport, I've been to Manchester train stations, I've been through the train in Manchester, but I've never actually been in Manchester. That's a place I want to go to as well. Lewis and Brooke want to go back to Southport, because Lewis wants to go to that skate park that we found last summer. I did ask the people, we're going by ferry this year again. Now we all have new passports, we could fly, but the kids want to go on the ferry. So we asked the Stellenline people last weekend, could Brooke and Lewis bring their skateboard and their scooter onto the ferry, and they said, yep, no problem at all. There's a wee storage area here on the boat we can put it into, and then they can get it when they come back off again. So we're going to be going to Southport for the day, and Lewis is going to go to that wee skate park that we found. If you want to check out that vlog from last summer, I think it was called Family Day Trip to Southport or something it was called. I don't know, but there's a mini skate park down there beside the beach area, and Lewis wants to go there and check it out, and Brooke wants to take her scooter down too as well, or a penny board even, sorry. So yeah, we're going away there in the summer. Obviously we'll be doing a bit of travelling over the summer, but we're going to go to different places. I have said to the kids about maybe extending the holiday and maybe going somewhere different, maybe get a train to somewhere else, just to try and expand it out for a wee bit, and maybe spend a couple of days somewhere else. So yeah, we're going to do a bit of traveling over the summer. Now when we're back home here in Northern Ireland, we're going to go to different places. We're going to go to places that I have never actually been to, and there's places in this country you would not believe that I've never actually been into. Believe it or not, I'll tell you a couple here right now when I'm talking to you before I end this podcast. Thank you for all your emails, by the way. But there's too many birthday ones and I can't go through them all. I did say in the vlog yesterday I was going to give more shout outs and read a couple more birthday messages, but there's that many, and I've been talking here for quite a bit now. I've been talking for 40 minutes, so I don't want to drag it on too much. Places like, for example, even in Belfast, I've never been to. Now, I've explained this before, and I've done a vlog on it before. I grew up for the first 11 years of my life in Belfast, in the Shankill estate, during the time of the Troubles and stuff like that, in the 80s and the early 90s and stuff. Well, up until about 92 when they removed the banker. Cave Hill. I have never stepped foot up Cave Hill in my life. Never. Botanic Gardens in Belfast. Never stepped foot in it in my life. Never. You're going to laugh when I say this. Never. Drove past it many times. Went past it on buses. Dad's car. Never been inside Botanic Gardens in my life. The Jan's Causeway. Never been to Jan's Causeway in my life. And you're probably laughing going, what? You've never been to Jan's Causeway? Never. Never in my life ever been to Jan's Causeway. I want to do it. I want to do it this summer with the kids. And this is what I keep saying about these vlogs, guys. I use these vlogs as opportunities, as tools for us to go out and do different things and been to places we've never been to before. And this is what I want to be doing. I've sat the kids down and I've spoke to them and says, guys, listen, here's the bottom line. This summer we're going to be doing a lot of things. We're going to be doing a bit of traveling. We're going to go and see in different places. We're going to try new things. Even on New Year's Eve this year, I sat them down and says, guys, listen, from 2013 till 2018, our life has been up and down like a roller coaster. This year we're going to start doing different things, doing more things, traveling different places. We're going to be trying new foods. We're going to be meeting new people. We're going to be doing better vlogs. We're going to do all these different things to try and make our life even more better. We've been through enough crap in the last lot of years between, me getting divorced, breaking up with Andrea, financial situations, starting from scratch after losing everything in my life, trolls, online bullies, people telling lies about us, the social media posts telling complete and total BS about us, Brooke having to move school because of bullies, all these different things that we've been through, all the crap that we've been through in the last lot of years. And this year I've said to them, we're now going to start making changes, positive changes. And if people don't like us, the hell with them. Let them run on, let them say whatever the hell they want, because at the end of the day, the bottom line is, we know it's not true. Let them do what they want. Let them say what they want. They can say, Brooke Moore and Matthew Moore and Lewis Moore are fake, or this or that. Matthew Moore is this and that. Say whatever the hell you want, because I really don't give a damn. That's why I've said to them, this year we are going to start traveling. We're going to start doing more things. We're going to get you your own passports. I'm going to get you your passports. We're going to start traveling more. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Now we've got the passports. We're going to start flying to different countries next year. Now, we're planning on going to WrestleMania this year in New York. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But I have said to the kids, for next year, WrestleMania is in Miami, Florida next year. And we're definitely going to be going there next year. We're going to go for the whole weekend. We're going to go to NXT, Hall of Fame, WrestleMania, Raw, SmackDown. We're going to do the whole shebang. So we are. So, yeah, to go back to last email, sorry about that run, by the way. Yes, we are going on holiday this year. So, yeah, there you go. But, no, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm starting to get a bit of sniffles here. I really do hope that Brooke hasn't passed her cold on to me, because the last thing I want to do is get sick. But anyway, guys, I am going to end this podcast right now. Because I'm going to go here now and start today's vlog. Get this online. Get ready for tonight's late birthday celebrations. This weekend's plans, guys. This weekend's Mother's Day. So all you guys out there and girls, make sure you get your mum a nice present this weekend. Mother's Day is this coming Sunday. So make sure you get your mum something nice for Mother's Day this Sunday. So I'll be doing the same myself. Oh, shit. our plans this weekend is obviously our dinner is tonight. Tomorrow, Lewis and I are off to the Belfast Giants tomorrow night. Brooke is off to a concert tomorrow night in Belfast. We'll obviously hear more about that. Saturday night, there's no football on this weekend for the Welders. Well, they're playing a friendly against the Glentoran under-20s. Lewis and I are talking about going to watch it. Might go to 2 football matches and also the Belfast Giants in one day, which would be a very, 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 very long day. And Saturday night, we're at the Giants. Big weekend for the Giants this weekend. The league decider comes down to this weekend. Could the Giants possibly turn this around? They're 2 points behind Cardiff. Both teams have 2 games to go in the league. Can the Giants win the league this weekend? That would be a big celebration. That'd be an awesome vlog. Belfast Giants win the Elite League. That would be awesome. Fingers crossed for the Giants. We're going to be there both nights cheering them on, and also saying thank you to Colin Shields, who announced his retirement this week for Belfast Giants. So very sad weekend. So looking forward to catching up with all my friends at the hockey. Haven't seen them for weeks, two weeks at least now, 3 weeks. Speaking to a couple of them briefly on social media, but I want to go up there and see all my friends in the hockey. I'm looking forward to seeing them. And then on Sunday it's Mother's Day, so make sure you get your mum some nice gifts this Mother's Day. So yeah, I've got a few ideas what I want to do with mum for Mother's Day. A few ideas, but I'm sure I'll figure something out for her, because you know me, I always do. But anyway, guys, I am going to end this podcast right now. So big thank you to everybody who's tuned in today, or tuned into this podcast at all, and also who support our vlogs. If you enjoyed it here on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button for me to support the video. Also, hit subscribe if you're new to this channel, and hit the post notification bell. And one thing I did actually forgot to mention, which I did say at the very start, I've just remembered there now. One more quick thing before I do go, guys. Last week on the train heading to Belfast, in the vlog earlier on, I showed you a little clip of Brooke and Lewis before we started doing official vlogging, and I asked you guys to give me 30 likes on that video, so I could release that unreleased footage of Brooke and Lewis going on our wee trip to the shops, which was filmed about 4 years ago, just over 4 years ago, about a year or so before I started officially vlogging. And I showed you a wee tiny clip of the kids playing around with these big giant cow things, and I asked you to give me 30 likes for that. You give me more than 30 likes, believe me, you give me loads and loads more, and you have asked to see it, so it's going to be released. It's going to be released. That video is now going. It's on its way. I've got the footage edited. It's going to be coming. It's going to be coming in the next couple of days, guys. So stay tuned for that. The official unreleased footage of Brooke and Lewis and me before we actually start officially vlogging. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go for another week. So again, like, share, subscribe, post notification bell as well. I do appreciate it. And until next week's podcast, guys, thank you very much for your support. I'm humbled. I couldn't be asked any more of you guys, and I'll see you all back here next week for another podcast, hopefully with a few words from Lewis about his birthday, and I'll try and get Mrs. Madam Mim Brooke on the podcast next week as well, guys. So until next week, hope you all have a great week, guys, and I'll see you all back here next week for another podcast.